boss will pay. You know you took your lemons and turn them to.
Yo, what's poppin' for a game? We back with. Oh, hold on, they can't. Oh, yeah, they can. They can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. All right, bet. Yo, what's poppin' for a game? We back with another game in video. Say, man, hey, man, we locked in on it. The Undisputed, man. Say, man, look, I've been getting my ass whooped. I ain't gonna cap. But I also been knocking shit out, lasting, you know what I'm saying, to the end of the fight, you know what I'm saying. I've been holding my own, you know what I'm saying. Then got me fucked up at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. But without further ado, we got a special guest. I got my nigga Dez SSP in this bitch, and we finna go head to head in this motherfucker. You heard? Say, man, if you wanna pop your shit or talk your shit, man, do your shit, man. They can hear you.
Yeah, man, this is SSP, man. You know, we finna give y'all a nice show. Every time we lock in, it's a miracle.
You know what the fuck going on? It's a motherfucking movie, Jack. Alright,
TQ.
Oh, hold on. You said what?
TQ. S9. LJ.
That's it?
Yeah.
You know what the fuck going on?
I'm gonna give you a little song with Canelo. Then I'm gonna go get Pacquiao.
Alright. Fighting with sugar, man. Fuck that. Yeah, chat, man. We fighting with Chris Robinson, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Me and my boy Dez live at 5, baby.
We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd.
This is Canelo Alvarez. Sugar Ray Robinson. Many consider him to be the greatest fighter in the history of this sport. Inducted into the International Hall of Fame in 1990, he fights out of Harlem, New York.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a 4-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Fighting out of the blue corner, from New York, here is one of boxing's all-time greats with 174 wins in his 201 fights. A welterweight champion of the world, a 5-time middleweight champion of the world, Sugar Ray Robinson.
We've waited a long time for this fight. It's here, and the fighters are good to go.
All what's left is for the first bell to go. That's all we need now, because the build-up is getting ridiculous.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Tried to score with the uppercut. Beautiful counter shot. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best. If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. They exchange punches. That uppercut just missed. When are we going to see a jab from these two? When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Perfect counter lands. They're giving us a high-tempo show. Oh, what a punch! Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. The courage on display here is incredible. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punching. There's a counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Both men step back for just a moment. Beautiful counter punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. That counter shot lands. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
That punch landed. And he just missed with that left jab. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you can't think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little thing.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Robinson got buzzed there. He's in trouble. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? Let's get it started in round 3. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Punch, counter punch. Do you believe this? He threw a punch and just got countered. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Nice looking right hook, but he blocked it. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that lap. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny? Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Well done with that counter shot. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. A lot of effort being exerted here. A perfect counter shot. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punch. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Nice counter. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who. Time for the 5th round. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Do you believe what we are seeing? You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown their shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Lucky to have avoided that uppercut. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. That counter punch caught him clean. Nice punch. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And he scores with the counter. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Caught him. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Throws the uppercut but misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have. There's the bell for round 6. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
That hook just can't find the target. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking for. Let's watch it again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. So much for being a good sport here. They're going to taunt. Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. He's been knocked. Here we go, it's round 7. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Oh my goodness, I want to see that one more time.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Listen to me. Are you okay?
They got knocked down but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
They need to turn this around halfway through.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. And now they're trying to get into their opponent's head. Oh, and this is really going to rub them the wrong way. They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in and we enter the 8th round. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. That right hook won't score. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
No rest for the weary. Nobody home with that hook. Swing and a miss with that hook. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The three judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.
Hold on, what's the code?
QQF2ZG.
You better leave the motherfuckers alone and roll a blunt, nigga. It's conserve. You tweaking. But, you know, you your own man. You work for it.
No, I only got two.
That nigga Monte, he better not been at work when looking at no butt.
Oh, get your ass on, Diz. You
Yeah,
already
grab my
talking about
glove
that
from
butt shit. Man, I'm starting to think your ass like butt.
Nah, you do. I like girl butt.
Nah, it starting to sound like you like man butt, nigga.
Nah, you the one that was looking at that booty.
Nah, man.
You the one that had eyes on had your oculus on the man butt tops.
You can't deny you didn't do that.
I was right there, Monte.
Cause everywhere I go, it ain't no problem with me.
What? That don't make sense.
I seen it, bro. I was right there. Remember
Bro, you was not right there. You wasn't even in the vehicle, cuz. You was just not getting ready to pull up.
Bro, I was right there.
No, you wasn't, cuz.
Soon as right after it happened, you pulled up on me.
Who?
I know we pulled up on your motherfucker ass. Took about an hour to get there, motherfucker.
You said you thought you seen some ass. It was some boy butt though.
Bro, that wasn't no boy, but when she stepped out that van, cuz.
Yeah,
Nah,
but when she went back in and came back out there, it was man.
No, nigga.
Man, shit, it was a man both times.
No, nigga.
I don't give a damn what you talking about.
And I ain't gonna sit here and argue with y'all either. I know what I seen and I know what the fuck y'all seen.
You was looking and you ain't inserting, we don't care, bro. It's your eyes.
You know, we ain't got no problem with the LGBTQ community.
Nah, I ain't going that way this way.
You could look all you want. Just don't tamper with that.
Oh, it ain't never gonna happen.
You know, cause he was looking mighty hard.
Like he wanted to put some Diddy oil on that.
Oh no.
Baby oil, nigga, slip and slide.
Bro, what the fuck is on?
You gonna get off the Bud Lights?
Now this nigga on motherfucking Miller Lights.
You gonna get off the Millers? Then you gonna drill me.
He say nah. Nah, nigga, yeah. Man, who you fighting with?
Pacquiao this time.
Man, come out of that weight class, man.
I'm gonna knock her ass down.
You say go what?
Come out of this, go to a different weight class, man.
I don't fight no other weight class.
He want that heavyweight.
I'm telling you, going to die.
He want that 40 weight gravy. He want that heavy gravy.
I'm telling
Oh, bullshit.
Nigga, Deontay Wilder gonna put some shit out. I promise.
You say who?
Deontay Wilder, nigga.
Nah, fuck Wilder on this.
What you wanna do then, nigga?
I'm gonna have to your tail to it. Tell you what I did to Wilder.
Who you fighting with, first of all?
Don't worry about it. You got Wilder.
I ain't gonna just pick Wilder and you go get somebody else.
Knock him out.
The fuck, nigga?
You finna get the world greatest? The world's greatest.
Oh, you talking about Muhammad?
Yeah. You say, with my back against the ropes, and I'm the greatest.
Yeah, y'all gonna put out some. Y'all listen to the same shit on this shit.
Well,
It's something different.
technically, Dez just dropped, and I'm about to drop.
I ain't no damn shit dropping. See? Y'all talking about y'all took y'all shit off YouTube, so shit.
I took my shit off of YouTube. Then they take your shit out. I took mine off.
And every time I type in this shit, that motherfucker bring up other shit.
You gotta type in Dead SSP. Everything gonna pop up for you.
When I type in DEZ, something like that.
DEZSSP.
It's okay. I ain't know how to spell in a long time ago.
Fuck you,
I was
man.
like 6.
Welcome to the WBC arena and what all exempt Deontay Wilder, bronze bomber, fighting out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the former heavyweight champion of the world.
The reach, how on earth are they going to get through that jab?
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, an undisputed cruiserweight world champion, and a unified heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. Fighting out of the blue corner, an Olympic bronze medalist from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, a hard-hitting, sensational knockout artist, and a WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder.
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
Listen, when you've got two people that want to fight, two fighters that really dislike each other, you're going to get more than a fight.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Insane action. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything, can break a man or make a man.
They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. When are we going to see a jab from these two? That hook had to hurt. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter shot. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. That hook won't score. You would not want to be hit by this guy, trust me. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Deontay Wilder rocked right now. He's in some serious trouble. Usyk in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but kind of... This slugger isn't interested in winning rounds. He just wants to win the fight, and he's not going to do it on the scorecard, Johnny. He needs a KO.
Sluggers are an absolute nightmare. They will stay in your face, not give you a breather, not step back when you think, all right, let's have a breather. They want to get stuck right in.
Firepower from both of these heavyweights. That jab was blocked. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. He's got to figure out a way to neutralize that length.
Sometimes I've been in with fighters that don't know what to do, don't have to break it down, then they get a little dirty.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. There's a counter shot. Swing and a miss with the hook. You're not going to see as much footwork as the smaller weight classes in the heavyweight division, but we don't care. We want the heavy fists. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. How about that time counter shot? And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Throw a shot, they get countered. Swing and a miss with the left hook. Punch, counter punch. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fighters like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Counter shot lands. Just avoids the left uppercut. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. There's the bell to start round 3. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punching. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You'd like to see more jabs. Both men step back for just a moment. Beautiful counter punch. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics sometimes. It's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
They block the hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. A perfect counter shot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Caution is being thrown to the wind. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Beautiful counter shot. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Defense is not an option for these two. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Usyk might go down here. What an upset. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight. I'm happy. Good man.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay?
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. Usyk! I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Tried to score with the uppercut. start the first half of this round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
He threw a punch and just got countered. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice counter shot. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
They blocked the uppercut. And the bronze bomber goes down. Lincoln, you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your glove.
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, he's got Bambi legs walking back to the corner, but he's still in. On to the fifth we go. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
What a punch. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Failing to score with that right hook. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tear. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come to me.
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. They get 1 minute between rounds. This fighter wished it was 10 minutes after being dropped. There's the bell to start round 6. Gotta be feeling confident heading into this round after knocking their opponent down twice.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Both men step back for just a moment. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
That counter punch caught him clean. Both men step back for just a moment. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
You can tell. Perfect counter lands. You'd like to see more jabs. That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Those counter punches have to hurt. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Wilder in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
This is when you talk about champion.
Here comes round 7. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Neither fighter willing to slow down. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown their shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Holding nothing back here in the round. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get him close.
The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched him? Whoa, wait a minute! Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled! How are they still standing?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
And down goes Wilder! It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You still want to fight?
Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. It's not over.
That's his round.
So he's going to taunt here. I don't know if that's the wisest strategy. That right hook catching air. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you can't think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. We're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a shot from that heavyweight. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
Where did...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Accuracy, power, punch, perfect. That must hurt.